What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over where the auction house is at currently in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM and how I think this is going to be a massive W, not only for today, but for weeks to come. Now, in today's drop, I don't normally buy packs or open packs, but we saw 4 new Galaxy Opals, all really solid. Pink Diamonds here, I don't necessarily love a lot of these guys. Terry's okay, Big Z's okay. But when you get down to the Diamond tier for this Sweetness set, guys, all of these Diamonds are incredibly good cards to add to your squad, and none of them are super expensive. So let's dive into exactly what there is to look at, because Luol Deng for 30,000 is a steal. Clifford Robinson for 30,000 is a steal. In my opinion, he's one of the best defensive power forwards in the game. You know, and it goes on and on. It doesn't just stop with Luol Deng. It doesn't just stop with Clifford Robinson, who both of those cards are 20,000 coins. You could genuinely get Clifford Robinson for under 20,000 coins, which is absolutely ridiculous. But this is how the old auction house is right now. And it's something that is massive for the no money spender, just for the MyTEAM community. The fact that you can add this card for 21,000 coins. You can add, all of these great cards for super cheap. Let's talk about it. So today we did see another good drop, got a free diamond card to add to your collection. But over the course of the last, week or so, we've seen some decent, chances for free cards as well. You come in here to obviously the challenges and you grind these types of things out. You can get a bunch of free 92 pluses. I did that. I got the double MT part of things done. So, you've been able to add some really solid cards for absolutely free to your squad. Now, with that being said, the auction house is also going down because we're seeing a lot of really solid, good new cards. So, for example, the pink diamond prices. I like Paul Millsap. He's, 40,000 coins. Steve Smith, I don't necessarily love, but he's a little more expensive. Now, if you want to talk about some of the newer cards, maybe some cards that came out today, they're going to go down in price. It'll be a little slower process throughout today. But people like Caron Butler, he's relatively cheap. Cedric Maxwell is relatively, or at least getting cheaper and cheaper, throughout today. And if you want to talk about, some of your best budget bigs, like Big Z is going to be probably not super expensive by the time the dust settles, tonight. And so the one thing I have noticed is as, season 4 has gone on, we've seen some pretty solid diamonds. We've seen some really solid, amethyst type of cards. And overall, the market has just continued to trend downward. Also, that's for budget cards. But if you're talking about the really expensive cards, their prices are dropping as well because the market can't consistently stay high for everyone. And so, for example, today, by the end of today, if you want a Tim Duncan, Chris Bosh, I bet they're going to be 300, 400,000 coins, which is still a lot of coins, but it's not nearly what it once was because of how many of them are being pulled. We saw 4 really solid Galaxy Opals. All of them and their prices should not be super expensive. Now, as far as James Harden is concerned, his price is going to be high. We still don't have a ton of dark matters in the game. Obviously, James Harden is extremely good, so his price is going to remain relatively high. But as far as just the overall market, guys, it's going down steadily. Now, again, right now it's pretty high because the dust hasn't really settled. But once the dust settles later on today, you're going to be able to pick up some of these Galaxy Opals for way cheaper, than they're going for right now. And even Galaxy Opals that came out, a week ago, Kevin Durant's prices went down slightly and just going to continue to trend that way. LeBron James, the same way with his price. Steph Curry's prices trended downward. Jimmy Butler, DeMarcus Cousins. All of these older Galaxy Opals and their prices are continuing to trend downward. Same thing with Pink Diamond. You want to talk about a guy like Rudy, one of the best small forwards in the game? Well, guess what? His price over the last week or so has just, kind of stayed the same, but trended slightly downwards. You can get a fully badged up Rudy, maybe one with an extra couple of Hall of Famers, for exactly that 100,000 price tag. You want to look at a guy like Jaren, a guy like Paolo. These are guys that overall their prices have remained relatively the same. But as cards come out, more and more cards are put into the game, these are cards that, you're going to be able to snag for about the same price. So, I do think for the Galaxy Opals, that's the prices that's today. going to, you know, crash the most. As far as the other cards, let's say like Apollo, like a Jonathan Isaac, a lot of these cards that have came out a while ago are going to stay right around that same price tag just because, you know, there's not more of them being pulled. These cards are not currently in packs right now, and so it makes sense why their prices are the same. One other thing I want to just tell you guys to be super thoughtful of, okay? The NBA All-Star break. That is when things are going to get crazy this year. It comes in about 3 weeks, about the same time. So we'll see the All-Star break, as long as my math's right, we'll see the All-Star break basically followed right with the Super PAC. So the All-Star break, Super PAC's about the same time. That is when the market is going to see a generational collapse. The market is going to go way down. And so I know a lot of guys that have been like, Ty, you know, should I sell my Bron? Should I sell my Wemby? Should I sell all of these cards? And I'm not going to tell you guys to sell them because they're the best cards in the game, you know. But if you do want to maximize your MT, just know Galaxy Opal Wemby, when the All-Star break comes, we're probably going to see him. You know, we're probably going to see those types of cards when that All-Star break does happen. Same thing with the Season 4 Super PACs. When you throw Super PACs back in the game, you're going to see a lot of these cards that are super rare, like a Dr. J, back in packs, and his price is going to go crazy. So although right now, you know, the market might seem like for you guys that it's decently high, I would argue that, again, by the end of tonight, like an AK, a Tim Duncan, a lot of these prices are not going to be super bad in price. I think they're going to be fine. And again, as far as, you know, even last week's opals, they still are going to be, you know, decently inexpensive, like a John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, KD. I think, you know, honestly, right now, if you want to buy KD and use him for the next couple of weeks, I don't see his price getting cheaper, you know, over the course of the next couple of weeks. Now, come down the road, you know, 3 weeks down the road, that's when you're probably going to start seeing a lot of these prices really drop. So, you know, with the market, I still think today I don't even want to say it's a great day to buy older cards, but the reason I like where the market's at right now is because we have so many new great good diamond cards, even pink diamond cards in the sweetness drop, that you guys can look to target to pick up for your squad. I don't love Cat as far as a pink diamond sweetness card. I don't think he is great, but a lot of like the diamond cards are really solid. Now, the reason the pink diamonds are still relatively expensive is because you need them to lock in for obviously the exchange, which a lot of people do, especially early on. So if you do have any pink diamonds, I would try to get rid of them because, again, a lot of people are wanting to lock in this money Mitch Richmond card. Now, for me, I'm not necessarily looking at locking in Mitch Richmond. I don't think he is probably worth me locking in for. However, again, if you want to, he, you know, is a couple 100,000 MT for that card. Right now in the auction house, it's not a super bad time to build like a diamond squad. And it's one of the things like I've noticed as you know, since I've started my Nobody Spent squad, if I add a couple of pieces to the squad I currently have, my squad is going to be elite. I'm telling you right now, my squad is not that far from being elite on this game. And all it really takes is just grinding a little domination, a little salary cap. We'll add a couple extra free, we'll add a free pink diamond here on the squad tomorrow. And with the auction house being in a good buyer's position like it is, I mean, it is a great time, especially for diamonds and below. It is a great time to be a buyer in the auction house as it stands right now. Now, again, as far as the expensive cards, as far as like the pink diamonds and up, that's a whole separate equation. But Clifford Robinson, Luol Deng, like these are guys that I really am a big time fan of that you guys can get for not super expensive right now in the auction house. And honestly, I think it's a great time to buy cards right now that are diamonds and below because you can build a budget squad for super cheap. Like even right now, I need a backup point guard. Now, I'm not saying like these cards are going to be super cheap because I still don't necessarily love their values because we haven't really seen anything crazy. But a guy like Marcus Smart for 40,000 coins. I mean, I got to take that every day of the week. Like the fact that he is at least affordable, 33,000 coins for Marcus Smart. I mean, good luck finding better in my team. So realistically, you can build a budget squad for super cheap right now, especially diamonds and below. That is who I'd really look to target. Price of Galaxy Opals today should go down. I mean, here's an AD, 32 Hall of Famers for 600,000 coins. I don't even necessarily think he's worth that, but I don't think that is really that bad of a price right now in this game. So that's where the market's at. Again, be pretty patient throughout today. At least until tonight if you want these cards, maybe even into tomorrow. Should see their prices start to go down. Now, as far as James Harden's price is concerned, over 1 million coins is ridiculous. I mean, you know, we've seen it with some of the top end cards. They do stay relatively high. I just think that's a ridiculous price to pay for James Harden. That's going to wrap it up for our video. Drop a like on it, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.